right now. There is a place on this planet where the air itself is poison. There is a lake where touching the water means death in seconds. There is a desert where it has not rained in 400 years. And one of them may be closer to you than you think. These are the places where humans cannot survive. Earth is a planet of extremes. In most places, we can live, we can breathe, we can drink the water. But there are corners of this world that will kill you in minutes. Today, we take you to the 10 most extreme places on Earth. Places hotter than your oven, colder than space, more radioactive than Chernobyl. By the end of this video, you will never look at our planet the same way again. Let's begin with the hottest. The hottest temperature ever measured on Earth was 80.8 degrees Celsius. That's hot enough to fry an egg on the ground in seconds. This temperature was recorded in the Lut Desert of Iran, a place so hot that no microorganism can survive there, not even bacteria. The Lut Desert is biologically dead. Nothing has lived there in recorded history. But heat is only one way to die. On the opposite side of Earth sits the coldest place ever measured. Vostok Station, Antarctica. Temperature, minus 89.2 degrees Celsius. That's colder than the surface of Mars. If you stepped outside without protection, your eyelids would freeze shut. Your lungs would freeze in 3 breaths. You would be dead in less than 5 minutes. And yet, this is where scientists drilled the deepest ice core ever taken. What they found was 400,000 years of climate history. But the deadliest place isn't always the hottest or the coldest. Sometimes it's the place with no water. The Atacama Desert in Chile has gone 400 years without measurable rain. Some parts of it have never received rainfall, ever, in recorded history. NASA actually tests its Mars rovers here because the soil is so dry, it's almost identical to the surface of Mars. If you stood in the Atacama, you would be standing on the closest place to Mars without leaving Earth. Now go to the opposite extreme. In northeast India is the wettest place on Earth, Mawsynram. It receives over 11,000 millimeters of rain every year. That's 11 meters of water. Imagine your home flooded up to the 3rd floor every single year. The locals wear roof-shaped umbrellas because regular ones break in the rain. At 8,848 meters above sea level stands the highest point on Earth, Mount Everest. But above 8,000 meters, there's a region called the death zone. Here, the air contains only 1/3 of the oxygen at sea level. Your body begins to die the moment you arrive. Brain cells are damaged, organs start to fail. Every breath you take is killing you. Over 300 bodies remain on Everest, frozen, preserved, still there. But the most dangerous place on Earth isn't a mountain or a desert. It's a lake. Lake Karachay in Russia. During the Cold War, the Soviet Union dumped nuclear waste here. The radiation levels are so extreme that standing on the shore for 1 hour is enough to kill you. You don't need to swim in it. You don't need to drink it. You just need to be near it. It is the most polluted place in human history. In Tanzania, there is another lake, Lake Natron. Its water is so alkaline, it can burn skin and turn animals to stone. Birds that crash into its surface are preserved, mummified by the water. Scientists have found perfectly preserved bodies sitting on its shores. Lake Natron is a chemical graveyard. But even Natron is not the strangest lake on Earth. In Cameroon, Africa, sits a lake that exploded. In 1986, Lake Nyos released a massive cloud of carbon dioxide from its depths. The gas was heavier than air. It rolled silently down the valleys. In a single night, every living thing within 25 kilometers suffocated. Today, scientists have installed pipes to release the gas slowly, but the lake is still dangerous. And there are 2 more lakes in Africa just like it. And finally, the most remote place on Earth, Point Nemo. Located in the South Pacific Ocean, the nearest land is 2,688 kilometers away. If you got stranded here, the closest humans are not on Earth. They are on the International Space Station, 420 kilometers above you. Point Nemo is so remote that space agencies use it as a graveyard for satellites. If you went there, you would be the most isolated human in history. Earth is mostly safe. We drink the water. We breathe the air. We stand on solid ground. But these places remind us of something important. Our planet is not all friendly. In some corners of this world, nature itself does not want us. And maybe that's a good thing. If you enjoyed this journey, subscribe for more. Next time, we travel to the most extreme places not on Earth, but in our solar system. See you there.